Good morning, boys and girls. Today's read aloud is about natural resources. Natural resources are things found in nature such as land, water, and air that are valuable and very important to people. People use natural resources every day. For example, people use water to drink, to wash things, and to make other things we need, such as medicine. Okay. So before I start reading, I want to go over some of the important vocabulary words you will need to know. The first word is conserve. Conserve means to protect something or to save something. The second word is decayed. Decayed means rotten or decomposed. And you will also need to know the word oxygen. That is the part of the air we breathe that is needed to keep people alive. Earth here again. I always like to start by showing you a picture of me, just to remind you how beautiful, amazing, and magnificent I am. Everything people need in order to live happy, healthy lives is available right here on Earth. What continents do you see in this picture? Okay, different pieces of land, big chunks of land are called continents. We live on the continent of North America. This right here is Europe. We have Asia over here, and then you can see Africa down here. You can always spot Europe because of the shape of Italy. That's the one that looks like a boot. See the big brown area at the bottom of the picture? That's North Africa. It is almost always completely covered by the Sahara Desert, which is the biggest desert and one of the driest, hottest places on Earth. Oh, there's a desert. You won't find too many people living in the Sahara Desert, but that does not mean that nobody lives there. It is possible to live in the desert, but there are very few natural resources like water in the desert, which makes it very difficult for people to live there. Okay, we need water to live, and you don't find a lot of water in the Sahara Desert. Let's talk a bit more about natural resources for a minute. Natural resources are things you find in nature, outside, underground, underwater, or even in the sky. Natural resources are not made by people. Natural resources are a part of me, good old Earth. There are two natural resources in this picture. Can you guess what they are? Here's a hint. One is wet, and the other is wood. That's right. Water is a natural resource, and trees are natural resources. They are very important and valuable to people. As I just said, one natural resource is water. Of course, one way we use water is to drink it just as it is. Other things we drink, such as juice, soda, and tea, also contain water. In what other ways is water a resource? We use water for baths, washing dishes, brushing our teeth, cooking, and watering the garden where we grow food. The list goes on and on. Trees are natural resources too. This illustration shows just a few things that come from or are made out of a tree. Okay, so let's look at some of those things. We have maple syrup. Some of you might not know that maple syrup comes from a tree. We get apples from a tree. Our pencils are made out of wood that we get from the tree. We get tissues, believe it or not. We make paper from trees. Oh, we can even get rubber from trees. And we get lots of nuts and other good things from trees. Since trees are mostly wood, we use that resource to make all sorts of things. Wood for houses, furniture, pencils, baseball bats, and a million other uses. Paper is also made from trees. Everything made out of paper comes from trees, including your notebook, napkins, cereal boxes, and other cardboard boxes, and the posters on the wall in your classroom. This is a pretty picture of trees, but I actually wanted to point out something else, the blue sky above the trees. Trees are also important because of their connection to another natural resource in the sky, air. You really can't see air, but it is all around you and everything else on Earth. Did you know that trees actually help keep the air clean and fresh for you to breathe? Amazing, right? All plants help clean the air, but trees are the biggest and best air cleaners. They take in dirty air and put out nice, fresh oxygen, which your body needs to breathe in to stay alive. The more trees there are, the cleaner the air will be. If the air is too dirty, though, even the trees will get sick. There are other important natural resources, too. I am going to zip through these pretty quickly just to give you an idea of the kind of natural resources you can find scattered around on or inside of the earth. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you more about them over the next few days. This picture was taken on a farm. What do you see? You call it dirt, if you want, but farmers call it soil. Soil is a natural resource, and it's where farmers plant their crops. Soil is made up partly of the decayed or rotten parts of dead plants and creatures. Worms help to turn the dead things into new soil. It can take about 1,000 years to make 1 inch of good soil. Without soil, you wouldn't have plants or vegetables. Here is a school of fish. Fish are important natural resources too. Why? Because some people and animals eat them. In fact, some animals eat nothing but fish. Ooh, look at that picture. Do you know that what these two natural resources are? The one on the left is called coal. The one on the right is oil. Coal and oil are natural resources that come from inside the earth. Coal and oil can be used to make energy, electricity, or fuel to make cars run. So now you know what natural resources are. And I'll tell you this, you people sure are clever because you figured out how to turn all these natural resources, water, trees, air, and the soil on land into many things that you need. Over the next several days, I'll teach you how to conserve these natural resources as a way to help take care of the earth. I'll also teach you that using some natural resources too much can actually hurt the earth. And none of us want that, right? Okay, so our comprehension questions for today are: 1, what is the main topic of this read aloud? 2, what is a natural resource? 3, name some examples of natural resources that you heard about. 4, how do people use some of these natural resources? 5, how do trees and plants help keep the air clean? And 6, name 2 natural resources that can be used to make energy and fuel. Okay, there is some word work to go with today's lesson. We're going to be talking about the word conserve. To conserve is to save or protect something, usually something in nature or a natural resource. Okay, someone might conserve water by turning off the faucet when they brush their teeth. Or people might conserve nature by protecting natural land and not building on it. So I'm going to say a few things, and if you think that it is conserving the natural resource, say that is a way to conserve the natural resource. And if you think it is wasting the natural resource, say that is a way to waste natural resources. Okay? So number 1, letting the water run in the sink for too long. Do you think that is conserving or wasting natural resources? Number 2, using 3 paper towels to clean something up when you only need 1. Do you think you're conserving or wasting natural resources? Number 3, taking a short shower. Is that a way to conserve or to waste natural resources? Number 4, leaving the television on when you are not watching it. Are you conserving or wasting natural resources? And number 5, turning off the lights after everyone has left the room. Okay. Do you think you're conserving or wasting natural resources? All right, I hope you enjoyed learning about natural resources. Tomorrow, Mrs. Robinson is going to be sharing a story with you called Reduce, Reuse, and Recycle. Okay, so I look forward to hearing what you have to say about our story. Have a great day.